You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. We coolin' out. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. We coolin' out.
Welcome back to Coolin' Out. We're back. It's another week.
Kev.
Sal.
Rel, we are in the building. We have a special guest on the phone.
For the first time.
We have Greg Woods from Miami, from BIDO Travel. What's up, man?
What's going on, fellas? Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. Not even coming. I'm so used to having people actually in front of me. It's so odd. I'm like, thank you for coming. Thank you for taking the time to have a call with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you want to just give like our listeners a quick like a summary of your background and who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name's Greg Wood. I'm 29 years old. Graduated from Florida State University. So I'm a Seminole at heart. Graduated with a marketing and professional sales degree. Came back to Miami, where I was born and raised. Came into the family business of recycling. I was running the plastics division for a family recycling company. Did that for 3 years. And then one day, me and my old man, we got into an argument and kind of getting nasty. And he basically screamed at me to find my passion and go after it. So basically, I didn't really know what I was, young. I was 24 years old, 23 years old, and I didn't really know what passion meant. What the hell does that mean? Passion. Everyone throws this word around like find your passion. And for me, the first thing that's associated to passion is happiness. So basically what I did is I got a blank piece of paper and I started asking myself, moments in my life when I was most happy. So, I started writing things like, family, friends, party, nightlife, because I was from the nightlife scene back in Tallahassee. I ran a few nightclubs. Financial stability, marketing, professional sales, just things that I was, that I enjoyed doing. And then about 3 or 4 weeks passed, and I couldn't really tie the dots. What I was trying to do was create a business that could incorporate as many of those words, which I later realized were passions, as possible. So basically, fast forward 3 weeks, and one of my best friends gives me a call, and, hey Greg, I'm trying to put together this bachelor party for Vegas. He's like, I know you don't know the first thing about bachelor parties, but you're my only friend that has any plug to like the nightlife scene. You did it for so long in Tallahassee. Maybe you know somebody in Vegas. And I told him, I'll try. I'll take a stab at it. I hang up the phone. I open up my laptop to start doing like some preliminary research on Vegas and what there is to do. And I look to my left, and there's that piece of paper with all my passions. So that was when it rang, that bell rang in my head saying, this business incorporates all 10 of those passions that you've written on that piece of paper. And it was, within a couple of days that BIDO was incorporated and I launched the business. So the spark was from my old man telling me to find my passion and go after it.
Wow. How long ago was that?
So that argument was just under 6 years ago, probably 5.5 years ago. And then the first 2 years, so you got to remember, with my business, we're a full-service bachelorette party planning company to 25 destinations, 10 countries. So for the first 2 years, all I did, no one even knew about BIDO. It didn't even exist. And for the first 2 years, from 23 to 25, I basically just traveled the world to our given destinations now. Wow. And I spoke with vendors on the ground. I'm bilingual, so I spoke English, Spanish, whatever the hell I had to do to get all of the vendors' information. And a lot of people, I say vendors, and they're like, "What the hell is a vendor?" So for us, a vendor is a nightclub, a local transportation company, a limo provider, a chef, because we provide a lot of chef services in the houses for the guys and for the girls. So all those are vendors. So I started off with one destination with Miami, just because I'm born and raised here. It's easy for me. Back in when I was 23, 24, and now we've got 25 destinations, 10 countries, and we're the largest bachelorette party company in the world, trying to now progress into just group travel. So we're starting to do a lot of families, corporate events, things of that nature. So we're constantly moving.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot. Well, first, congratulations.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
major. Secondly,
Thank you.
So you've been doing this for approximately 5 years now. Because it sounds like this is a very like big operation. Like, so you say you started in Miami. How did you go about, like, what were your initial obstacles you had to overcome? Because it sounds like you had to meet with different vendors. So do you guys like provide are you like a one-stop shop for bachelor parties?
Yeah, I mean, we do bachelor and bachelorette parties. Was your question like issues that I had to overcome?
Yeah. So like initial obstacles you had to overcome.
Yeah, of course. Like any small business, starting the business is the hardest part. A lot of people that you see on social media, a lot of people that you see in the limelight, they don't necessarily show the struggle. A lot of what you and I see is just the good times. Yeah. But what a lot of people forget to show is that first year or two, when you're really just trying to figure things out, figure out how you're going to make money, figure out how much you're going to charge, figure out what your consumer wants. Those are the times that you're in the trenches, you're grinding, you're hustling, you're trying to figure it out, and those are when the vast majority of those obstacles come about. So the hardest part of my business is that I'm putting together parties in countries that a lot of people have never even been to. So in my line of business, there's a lot of drinking involved. A lot of my customers are drunk the vast majority of the time that they're on this trip. So I need to, as a business owner and as the person that they're confiding into to travel with, I need to provide a service that at all times 5 to 10 minutes ahead of the customer. So yeah. I'm constantly on top of groups, making sure with the driver where they are, what they're doing, making sure with the homeowner that is the villa ready for check-in, is the fridge stocked, is the chef on the way, is the maid ready to clean up the rooms, end of like the first morning there, like things like that. It's very detail oriented, and I'm dealing with a lot of drunk people. So obviously you're gonna have the guy that at 3 a.m. by the pool and cracked his head, and you're in the forest of Costa Rica, and you got to find a way to get this guy to a clinic. So it's like there's obstacles that I deal with all the time that your traditional business owner doesn't deal with. Mm-hmm. So I would say those are some of the obstacles, headaches that I've had to deal with over the time with BIDO.
Could we just rewind a little? You said you struggled for 2 years. So what was your first initial break, or a little breakthrough?
I would say my first breakthrough came when a local, I guess we would call her a local celebrity. She runs, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, the Vixen Army. Her name's Janet Jones. So my first breakthrough was with her. She, I've known her since I was little, and she reached out to me for her bachelorette party. We were probably, only officially in business for maybe 6 months. And she gave me a call, and she told me, I know you guys are small, but I want to give you the shot, and I want you to, show me what you got. And I basically put together a trip for her and 14 friends to Mexico, to Playa del Carmen. And till this day, she tells me it was the best trip of her life. So, that was really our first breakthrough. Simply because, so I don't know if you're familiar, but Vixen Army is a workout, a women's workout that's real big here in South Florida. They're also all over the U.S. It's like a dance routine workout. You should definitely check that out. But yeah, that was definitely our first break.
So what are some things you've learned as you've grown the business?
One of the most important things I've learned is that although being a business owner, you have to take the lead a lot. You know, and I'm constantly leading my team, through different struggles. But the thing that I've learned the most is that you also need to learn from your team. You need to allow for them to give their input at times and explain to you ways that you can better your business. So, it's a matter of being the leader, but at the same time, being able to take a step back, humbling yourself, and allowing for, those that are following you to take the lead every now and then to, show you the light, I guess you call it.
And how many, do you have a lot of employees, or are you starting out with just a small few now?
Yeah, no. So right now we have 4 local employees, mainly admins and people that are helping me set up, these group packages and things like that. And then we currently have 29 employees throughout our 25 destinations. Mm-hmm. So some of our domestic, some of the U.S. destinations don't have any local employees just because it's not needed. And then some of our international destinations will have multiple employees. So like in Costa Rica, it's our largest destination. And we've got full-time 6 employees with another 3 that we use part-time whenever, they want to come in and out, whenever we have excess groups. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we've currently got 27 right now full-time employees at our destinations, along with 4 full-time here in Miami, at our headquarters.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Greg, if you could just, you mentioned before that, before you really got into the business, how you traveled for 2 years and just, met with vendors. Could you just speak a little more to that, like as far as what that process was like? How'd you target the vendors that you wanted to meet with, things of that nature? Because we have a lot of listeners who are prospective entrepreneurs, and a lot of people don't know these things. So someone having the vast amount of experience and knowledge that you have, would be great for them to learn from you.
Absolutely. So it's very easy. So like if you were to compare a first-time vendor call, so what I mean is the first time that I, with BIDO, am reaching out to that vendor. If I were to compare the conversation back 5 years ago with that vendor versus the conversation with that same vendor today, it's night and day. When I talk to a vendor for the first time today, and they do their research on us, over 200 5-star reviews, 25 destinations, 10 countries, over 500 successful bachelorette parties, they want to do business with us. Now, rewind 5 years ago, when BIDO really didn't exist, imagine how difficult it was for me to have that conversation with those vendors. I was telling these vendors on my vision and vision alone. I was basically explaining to them that there's a void within the market. When I did my research into the bachelorette party scene, there was no such thing as a one-stop shop. No such thing as one phone call that you can make and find out everything that you need to know about your top 5 interested destinations for your party. It didn't exist. There was one company that does Miami, a few companies that does New York, a few companies that does Las Vegas, 1 or 2 companies in Costa Rica, but there wasn't one company that you can say, hey, I've got X amount of dollars, X amount of people, we want to be on a beautiful beach, and we want to party. What are our options? And that's the reason why I started BIDO. So going back to your question of some of the obstacles, early on dealing with these vendors, it's just a matter of portraying to those vendors how hungry you are and how you're not going to stop until you get to where you explain to them you're getting. And, the negotiation process was a lot more difficult back then. The deals that I was presented back then aren't even close to the deals that I get now. But it's just a matter of taking the best opportunity at hand, telling them thank you for your time, and letting them know that they'll be seeing a lot more of you in the coming months, years, and so forth.
What?
That
Oh,
was
you have a
dope.
question?
No, that was dope. That was really dope.
So, like, we have a friend that's gonna get married soon. So, if he contacts BIDO, what happens? What's the process?
Yeah, so you would go to our website, BIDOevents.com. We've got a tab of destinations, a tab of services. The destinations tab basically explains the 25 destinations that we cover, the good, all the great things about the destination. We even go as far as giving, price index, on how pricey that destination is versus, the common bachelorette party destination. Then we've got a tab that talks about request a quote. That's where the person would go to help you plan the trip. So essentially, we call it the group leader. That's usually the best man, the maid of honor, maybe, a brother, a sister, something like that. It's usually someone really close to the bride or groom. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we work directly with the bride or groom. So they'll go to that form, and they'll basically put in all the information, like where they want to go, where they're coming from, how many people in the group, activities that they're interested in, a little bit of information about the groom so that I can get to know, the type of person that the groom is. Just because you got to remember, we get dozens of inquiries every single week, and it's impossible for me to just blanket every single group into the same exact package. Because what happens is, one guy might love beer. He might be a huge beer guy, and he wants to visit all the breweries, and he wants to do all those tours, and he's a beer drinker to the max. And then there might be the other guy who's the liquor drinker, who all he wants to do is pop bottles and be in the club. And then you got another guy that he's all about adventure. So he just wants to be fishing, whitewater rafting, zip lining, doing all the excursions. So if I were to just provide a generic package, like all of our competitors do, I'm not servicing that customer. Because at the end of the day, you're only supposed to do this party one time in your entire life. So I'm not providing the best possible service if I'm giving you, what I've given every single group before you. That's not catered servicing. So what I do is I create the package tailored to the type of person that the bride or groom is, so that they can have the ultimate experience.
So, Greg, this might be an odd question, but I'm an attorney, so this is like where my mind goes. You mentioned earlier about how you deal mostly with a lot of like drunk people and things like that. A lot of this sounds like like you have to manage a lot of risk or manage basically dealing with a lot of people where something dangerous could potentially happen. How do you go about minimizing your risk?
Well, we have a fat line of credit, so we have we have a big insurance policy that is just mandatory for any travel company, and that's where it starts. Thankfully, we've been now operating for 3.5 years, and I've never had to use not a penny of that,
Amazing.
which is great. But more than anything, it starts with education. It starts with just keeping the groups in the know. So what do I tell them? I tell all the groups the same thing. I'm not your father. I'm not your brother. I'm not your husband. I'm not your guardian. I don't care whether you want to get crazy or whether you want to be the most boring person in the world. But what I do care is that you don't put your life in danger. So then I explain to them ways that they can have fun, but whilst remaining under control. And I let them know, if you're at the home, if you're at the villa that you rented for the weekend, and you want to get crazy drunk and you want to act a fool, go ahead. Because I know that you're in a safe environment, and my employees are minutes away from you. At the same time, if you're out in the nightclub, if you're out on the streets, don't be an idiot, because I don't have control of what other people in the city do to you. I do have control of everything once you're in the villa, but I don't have control when you're on the streets. So I basically let them know, let loose when you're at the house, when you're on the streets, keep it low key, nothing flashy, don't attract unwanted attention, just have fun, get in and get out. And that's basically, it's just education more than anything.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I think I'm honestly like I'm like kind of at a loss of words because like literally what you're doing and how you started your business. I think essentially it's important for people to recognize that you basically saw something that was missing in the marketplace. Like you said that someone did this in Las Vegas, someone did this in Miami, and how it was like very limited places, but no one had this one-stop shop, and you provided that missing link in the marketplace.
Absolutely. And people always, when they come up with an idea, they always see the glass half empty rather than half full. And what do I mean by that? People always say, I don't have the money to start a business. I started the business with my own money, not a single investor, nothing. I don't have facilities. I don't have an office. I started this business from my bedroom, from a laptop, nothing else. People will say, I don't have the knowledge to do this. There is no such thing as knowledge on how to start a bachelorette party. It doesn't exist. Bachelorette party company. I just learned it from doing it day in and day out. And you start with one group. You gain their approval, the first group, and you let them know, hey, you're my first group. Like, you baby them. You cater to their every need, and then you collect feedback. And then you look over the feedback and you say to yourself, okay, this is what they told me. Now let's make it a little bit better for the next group. And you get the next group and you do the same thing. You kill them with service, and then you collect feedback. And with every single group that we send out, I collect feedback, and I learn what they like, what they don't like, what they would change. And that's honestly, in the service industry, that's what it's all about. Customer is king, and if you're not constantly improving your level of service, it's only a matter of time before you die. Like in the service world, there's always someone else around the corner that's looking to put you out of business or looking to take up your market share. So you need to always be learning and always be evolving your business.
Wow.
Did you have you spoken to your father? Like, how does he feel about your business? Because it's basically his fault, right?
Yeah, I actually just last month, as a thank you, I took him and 52 of his closest friends and family members on a trip to Costa Rica.
Wow.
54 of us to Costa Rica. I got an entire resort, made it private for them, and that was basically like my thank you.
Okay.
What are some of the most challenging trips you ever had to put together? Because that's such large scale.
It's a lot of people.
That's so much, yeah.
It was difficult, but it wasn't the most difficult. Probably the most difficult that we've had to overcome was a 33-man bachelor party.
Ooh.
That one was a little bit more difficult just because, once again, they were all drinking the entire time. They're all going different directions, doing different excursions on the same day with different drivers, and, stopping at different restaurants. And you got to remember, it's a lot of moving parts, and I have to have my head on a swivel, and I need to know that every single one of them is happy at all times. That's all I truly care about, is that the customer's happy. And the reason why that's my main focus is because I know that what I like to call BIDO believers, I know that if I create a BIDO believer of every single one of my clients, they're going to come back to their hometown, and they're going to tell all their friends. Like, this guy's the man, this guy knows exactly what he's doing, you got to travel with him. And word of mouth, like all businesses, is the best way of marketing. So as long as you kill the customer with service and you just fulfill all their needs, check all the boxes that they're looking for, your company is going to quickly grow the way that we've quickly grown.
Wow. So amazing. outside of the fact that you are like the one-stop shop, what's one thing that you think sets you the most apart away from your competition?
That's an easy question. We offer interest-free financing. So say, for instance, just to use a whole number, say someone comes to us and plans a package for $100, just to use a whole number. Instead of that person that's traveling with us to have to pay $100, they can basically finance that $100 into monthly installments, leading all the way up to departure. So, for instance, if you're coming to me in January and you're booking a trip for October 20th, you would essentially be able to pay for $100. You would be able to pay $10 on the 15th of January, the 15th of February, the 15th of March, the 15th of April, all the way until the 15th of October. And guess what? Your trip's paid off, and you only have to pay $10 a month. So essentially, by implementing an interest-free payment plan, people are able to finance these trips without having to break the bank. And then on top of that, we allow for each member of the party to enter into a contract individually with BIDO. So instead of one group member, say it's 10 guys and each guy's cost is $100, that's $1,000. Instead of that one guy having to pay the $1,000 to BIDO and collect the $100 from everybody else, every member of that party is in direct communication with BIDO. So it's individual payment plans.
That's
Wow.
extremely
So
innovative
yeah.
and intelligent.
Yeah.
It's a very, very easy system, financially, and just, I do all the legwork. Basically, once you get that form submitted and I get a quote out to you and you approve that quote, that's it. You send in those forms and your work is done. I send out detailed itineraries. I hold conference calls 2 days before you leave on the trip. I go over the detailed itinerary. I go over the do's and don'ts for that destination. I answer any questions that are remaining. But the biggest thing that, the most difficult part for me is the hiring, just because I have all this knowledge on all the different destinations in my head.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to teach somebody all of these destinations and the specifics of those destinations without physically taking them to the destination and showing them. Because it's very easy for me to say, like, oh, the whitewater rafting in Panama is amazing, or the fishing in Panama is amazing, versus taking one of my reps to Panama, putting them on the boat, getting a fish on the line, and saying, remember when I told you how amazing this was? And then they could be like, yeah, I get it now. Yeah. And it's so much easier for that person to sell and talk about that experience once they've lived it. But obviously, it's not financially possible for me to send every single one of my employees to every single one of my destinations. So that's a difficult headache that I have to deal with as a business owner.
Wow. Thank you so much for your time. I just have one more question for you. What are your plans
Absolutely.
for the company as you look into the future?
So we've got some new things in the works. For our younger crowds, we're currently in the works with several EDM, EDC events companies. We're looking to expand into the spring weekends, spring break trips for college students, but not your cookie cutter BS that is out there now. Something more like music festival / vacation for that demographic, for your college kids that are 18 to 22. So that's going to be BIDO College. And then we're also in the process of launching BIDO Europe, which I just brought on staff a couple weeks back. Carissa, so she comes from a family travel company that specializes in Europe. She's got 6 years of experience for travel into Europe. and she's starting with us shortly so that we can get BIDO Europe off the ground.
Wow, that's
Wow.
so smart.
Wow, just wow. Wow, man. Best of luck. Thank you so much for taking the time out to speak with us. We really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, please plug.
Yeah,
Tell the
please
people.
let everyone know where they can find you, where they can find BIDO, all that good stuff.
Absolutely. So the name of the company is BIDO Before I Do Events. My Instagram handle for the company is BIDO Travel. That's BIDO Travel. You can follow me personally at the BIDO Boss on Instagram also. We're also on Facebook as BIDO Travel. And our website is BIDOEvents.com.
Wow,
Gotcha.
Greg, thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much,
your
man.
time.
Absolutely, son. Let's keep grinding. And if you guys ever got any questions about entrepreneurship, about business, about hustle, you name it, I'm always here. I love looking out young hustlers like yourself.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Hey, man, we're serious about that bachelor party. We're going to
Yeah.
need that discount.
Man. Yeah.
Absolutely. Just reach out to me. I got you.
All right,
Thank you,
man.
man.
Sounds good. You have a
Continued
good night.
success.
All right, fellas. Take care.
All right, bye. Sheesh.
Wow.
So I hope y'all enjoyed that
Yeah.
as much as we did.
BIDO, niggas.
Yeah, man.
That was
Yeah.
surprising.
That was very
Yeah.
surprising.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
never done that.
Those ones are like
Always the most.
those are always like the ones because you don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Like we didn't know him before.
Yeah.
Like Greg is someone who reached out through us through his assistant, asked to be on the podcast.
Yeah, like a month ago.
Yeah, like a month ago. We're like, all right, cool. We
Never-
got it situated.
We never tested the phone. or
Yeah,
anything.
so we tried something new. We got, we apparently have the capability
Yeah.
to have people call in now to do the podcast. But no, that was a very enlightening
Yeah.
interview. Very enlightening, very inspiring.
First phone interview.
Yeah. But it was like, I'm like, damn, like he really was just, saw something and chased it. It was also smart because he was like, he noticed something that was missing.
Missing.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, they have this in Vegas, they have this here in Miami, but I'm gonna do this and make sure that I'm a one-stop shop for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And even how he was saying that you have to always be ahead of your competition because like someone's always trying to claw at your heels, basically.
Yeah.
It's like,
BIDO College.
BIDO Europe.
It's so smart.
I'm like, all right.
It's not even like there's a guy where I used to live in Co-op. He does trips like this. Like he does Niagara Fall trips. Like he does these New Orleans trips. Like, and it's kind of smart because you reach out to the people who have like the hotels and stuff, and you try to get a package deal.
Yeah.
See if you can work something out, and you make money from that. If you invite like 50 people, there's a chance one of those 50 people are gonna want more people to come.
Yeah.
And there goes your references right there. You just keep making like he doesn't even have to work. He retired, this guy.
That's insane.
This is super smart. It's super smart.
That's insane. So yeah, if y'all getting married or y'all know someone getting married, need to plan those bachelor and bachelorette parties. Make sure y'all hit up Greg Woods at BIDO Events, BIDO Travel.
Yeah.
Before I do.
Before I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gonna run it to our boy.
Yeah.
We gonna tell
I'm
him.
damn sure gonna see you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. You
Remember
might.
us?
Yeah.
we
you
going
might-
to Costa Rica. I'm gonna fuck with you.
What you do?
You wanna go where? Oh nah, nigga, we going to Costa.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Shit. That was dope.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, these are the combos that just rejuvenate your spirit. Like people
I'm
just.
not even gonna lie. I was like, I felt like he was just talking directly to my soul.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
It's out there getting.
I'm like,
Traveling too.
I'm like, so you just did it? Like,
Yeah.
you just- like, that shit sounds so simple, but it's
Yeah.
almost like what we were talking about last week on Minimal Living episode, where it's like, you just have to put yourself out there and just not be afraid to fail. Like he was like,
and he did for 2
Yeah.
for 2 years. He just no traction. He said really.
yeah,
But
And
2
he was like,
years
I'm gonna
and
do this
he
in my
stuck-
bedroom
Yeah.
rather than looking at all the negatives and what I don't have. I'm gonna look at what I do have.
Yeah. It's a good lesson. It doesn't come overnight.
Yeah.
even your family too. Like that's
Like,
crazy.
yeah.
His dad just told him something like angrily. He could have just took it a different way, and did something else. But
That's
like
so
he listened
true.
to his
That is
Now
so
dad.
you
true.
sending 54 people to Costa Rica,
He sent his dad to Costa
private
Rica.
resorts.
And that ain't even his toughest trip.
Wait.
He said, "I see
I should
tough."
have asked about this, but my pops ain't got 52 damn friends.
Word,
I
yes,
swear, I was thinking.
I was like, well, these Facebook friends, like, where the fuck you get 52 friends from? Sound like a fucking high school reunion. I was like,
yeah, that is funny as fuck.
Oh my god.
nah, it definitely was a dope interview.
Yeah.
Nothing. Trying to get these niggas cues off air. They like, what?
All I heard was whispers and him doing some magic hand movements.
No, I said, do y'all have anything else y'all want to discuss?
No.
Nah, Greg,
Yeah,
Greg
we're gonna
was
let
dope.
this one be Greg's episode.
Yeah. This week was dry anyway.
Yeah, it was a dry week. It wasn't really much to discuss, and we never want to just prolong episodes for the sake of prolonging episodes.
Yeah.
But no, so I mean, I really hope you guys enjoyed that episode as much as we did. I feel like, hope it hit you guys the same way it hit us. It's very enlightening, and as we said before, if you guys know someone getting married, or if you're getting married, hit them up. Make sure y'all check out
Highly
BIDO
rated,
events.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
highly rated, great destinations, one-stop shop for everything. So yeah, make sure y'all do that. As always, make sure y'all keep listening to the podcast. Check us out. We got the webcast in the works. We should have that coming pretty soon. Next couple of weeks, we have the webcast. The webcast.
I was letting you cook.
You gonna let me cook, nigga? Nah, see these niggas? You gotta correct me. I'm out here just talking
Webcast.
freely. The webcast.
Oh, they sound fire. So
Remember
I
the
thought-
pimp website he said last week?
Oh.
On Sunday, he said some pimp are you or something? Pimp are us.
Oh, instead of Pippa, I was like Pimpa.
Instead of pimpa.
Nigga, my brain is fried. It's all over the place. But yes, got the website coming.
Yeah, we
in a
really
couple of
finally
weeks.
have the website.
So yeah, y'all
coming.
make sure we'll make sure to let y'all know when the website officially launches. Keep checking out the YouTube page.
Yeah.
We got full-length eps up there now, so go right now and check them out. We'll have this episode up as well. Keep rating, sharing, subscribing, all that good stuff. We appreciate the love and support. Until
Yeah.
next time, it's cooling out.
Stay cool.
You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. We coolin' out. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. We coolin' out.